Hi everybody. Last night my daughter and I watched the movie Radioactive about the life of Marie Curie, and it was really interesting and really sad. She and her husband Pierre Curie discovered radioactivity, and later in her life she worked on using radioactivity to not create but to develop the X-ray, which saved thousands of lives and thousands of limbs during World War I. But at the same time, the movie goes back and forth between her life in developing and working on this incredible, I don't know, not an invention so much as a discovery, which she won 2 Nobel Prizes for. But then it toggles back and forth to some of the unforeseen consequences of that discovery. Chernobyl, the atom bomb, and her life ended because of her work. Her husband died and she died because they were sick from radioactivity. Even though her husband died from an accident, it was because he was so weakened from working on these chemicals. When Marie Curie died, her body was radioactive and she had to be buried with an entire layer of lead within her coffin. I couldn't help thinking as I was watching this movie about the power that is unleashed into this world. And every generation, or I feel like technology is speeding up, so it's every several years at this point, there's some invention or discovery or creation that is unleashed into the world that has a frightening amount of power. It's so hard to know how that power is going to be used, because the Torah teaches us that there's a concept of ze le'umat ze. This corresponds to that. That means that anything in this world that has the power to do tremendous good will also have the power to do tremendous evil. The movie references radiation therapy for cancer victims and obviously X-rays, but at the same time, such tremendous force for destruction in the wrong hands. And I was telling my daughter that it's almost like this race, some terrorist figures out a way to unleash tremendous damage. So anti-terrorist people figure out ways to prevent that damage. And then there's the missiles and the anti-missiles and then the anti-anti-missiles and the anti-anti-missile missiles. And we just keep going. And it's this crazy race. And the only thing that's left for each and every one of us to do is we're never going to win this race. We're never going to outrun evil. But what we can do, and here's the message for Tisha B'Av, is that every single one of us has a choice for how we're going to use this tremendous power. We have a tremendous power of speech. We have a tremendous power of social media. We have a tremendous power to make and break worlds. And radioactivity is neither good nor bad. It is simply powerful. Speech is neither good nor bad. It's simply powerful. Here we are poised on the threshold of Tisha B'Av when our holy temple, our Beis HaMikdash, was taken away from us because of sinas chinam, because of baseless hatred, because people were sniping at each other and they were mean and they were rude and they undercut each other and they hated each other. Feelings are incredibly powerful. Feelings create thoughts, create actions. Also, thoughts create feelings, create actions. Also, actions create thoughts, create feelings. These are all interconnected. So as we approach Tisha B'Av, I think we all need to ask ourselves, how am I harnessing the powers in my universe? How am I harnessing the powers in my life to build, to create, to connect, to repair, and to heal? That's the question we all need to be asking ourselves. Wishing you a meaningful, positive, and healing Tisha B'Av, and may we all welcome a better era, a better time, the rebuilding of the temple, our return nationally to the land of Israel, and hope and peace for a better tomorrow.